Hello, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm just looking around for a deck that I think might have been behind me. Okay. Popping on here because I've been guided to. As you know, there's no structure, no schedule. Divine Feminines, do you have someone new? I'm getting this energy around the Divine Feminines right now that there is a lot of energy around you, new energy. I shared on my TikTok recently that, like attracts like. So, and I'm sorry for shaking the camera. I'm so wiggly. Okay. I shared on my TikTok recently that like attracts like. So when you have ascended to a certain level, a certain frequency from all the work and the healing that you've done, you are going to repel a lot of people. Your light is going to trigger many without their awareness, without their knowing. And so you kind of inadvertently start to release and purge a lot of relationships and people. And then what happens after sort of like a recalibration period and integration period, then you start to attract people that are actually soul tribe, soul family, that are actually at your level and can vibrate at the same frequency as you. And then as the Divine Feminine, you step into your Empress energy and you begin to receive, where everything comes full circle and comes back to you in this really like magical, beautiful way. And I'm dreaming a lot about it. I'm getting a lot around Divine Feminine and new energy around you. Admirers, people that really respect the shit out of you and can offer you a lot, way more than you've ever been offered in the past. You've taken breadcrumbs your entire life from most people when it comes to work, when it comes to finances, when it comes to, everything. You've taken breadcrumbs. You've taken the bare minimum, romance, love, like people that weren't able to match your light. And so I just have this energy. I feel this energy around Divine Feminine right now where you're either in a new relationship or you're getting ready to get into a new relationship. I can feel that. And it's somebody that meets you. It's somebody that matches you. It's really interesting. So I would love to hear from people if that is happening for you and that's what's occurring. But it's soulmates. It's not twin flame. You only have one twin flame. But it is a soulmate. Deep, deep soul connection. So that's really interesting. I don't want that to be triggering. I hope that's not triggering. Because it's like on these journeys, on these paths, you can't lose your twin. You can't lose them. But, coming together in the 3D doesn't always happen. And Divine Feminines, you are meant to receive. You are meant to, all that beauty and that abundance and that magic that you've gifted the world and you've given to others, the cause and effect in the universe, it has to rebalance itself. The energy has to rebalance itself. Yes, the universe really puts a lot of care and effort into these twin flame connections because of the frequency and the energy that they carry and that they gift. But if they are unbalanced and if they are in distortion, then there's a huge imbalance, right? Then there's somebody who's been giving and giving, not receiving, and it causes kind of a sort of glitch in the energy, and it has to rebalance. And universe tries to get it to rebalance within that connection. And if that won't happen, if that can't happen, if, people are making free will choices that deter them or take them away from the path, then the universe will rebalance at all costs. And for some of you, it feels like that might be what's happening. It's just a message I'm getting. And, it very well could be your twin, and their energy just feels completely different because they've gone through such a transformation and such a death. So you could be receiving your twin and they could be like a transformed different person, and that could be the energy I'm feeling around Divine Feminine. But I do feel basically like overall message, no need to be triggered. You're going to be taken care of, Divine Feminine. It's all magic and rainbows from here on out. You've done your work, you've learned your lessons, you've ascended, and now you get to receive all the gifts that are rebalancing from all the energy that you've been giving. Tower. Okay. So something's coming in quick and hot, and there's a tower, and that's a restructuring, rebalancing of everything in your environment. So again, as you know, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, not sure who this is for. This could be general collective, actually. But tower, there's a tower that's happened. I've been feeling that energy. We have a Pisces full moon coming up, and the full moons heighten a lot of the energy, and it's in Pisces. Okay, so the sign of like, I mean, it's hard to even put words to Pisces energy, but you guys know. Super, super emotional, intuitive, tuned in, connected. I'm a Pisces Venus and rising, so I'm so influenced by Pisces. It's and it's really hard to put words to Piscean energy. Anyways, we have a full moon in that, so maybe you can look that up if I didn't do a good job of explaining it. So yeah, tower, emotional towers coming, walls coming down, guards coming down, bringing a lot of truth, triumphant success. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is Archangel Michael energy. Anything that was living in illusion and deception is getting a like slice through. There's a trapped in fear energy. This is the Eight of Swords. But what's interesting is it comes out, these two cards flip together. So it comes out with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands in this deck is partnerships and alliances. So there is a lot of anxiety and pacing the kitchen and fear and just kind of like stress around how to integrate, how to bring this in, how to move forward in a new direction, how to solidify a partnership and alliance. If this is your energy and you're a Divine Feminine, you got to release this. Nothing will be able to get to you. No soulmate, no twin flame, nothing. If you are in some sort of fear and anxiety. However, I'm really getting this as more of a masculine energy, but I just want to, there's a conduit of energy. So a lot of times you may get whiffs. You may get like the breeze, the wind may shift, and then you're downwind of whatever anxiety and fear and shitstorm that your twin is going through. Just remind yourself that's not you. This came up in a client session recently. It's like, if you're pretty balanced and you're pretty even keeled and all of a sudden you have a really strong emotion that comes to you and it's just like out of the blue, please, for your own sake, and your guides really want you to know this too, like, don't take that on as yours. That's not yours. If it's coming up out of the blue, if you're just like, like having a good day, drinking my coffee, I'm going to do this, whatever you got going on. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh my God, I'm so sad. Like, that's not you. Okay. It's not you. You were connected to this being, right? This other soul. So, well, not other soul, but you get it. So just know it's not you. Do not beat yourself up. Do not get into the depths of despair. It works for any emotion, There's a lot of energy coming off the Divine Masculines right now around the feminine. A lot. It's not yours. So don't take it on as yours. You've transcended that. You are whole. You're healed. You've done your work. So the message here is just really like be very, very mindful and self-aware when it comes to any sort of emotions at this time. And a really good way to check to make sure that they're yours is like, okay, let's say, well, if it just comes up out of nowhere, it's probably not yours. But then a good way to test it, it's like, okay, so all of a sudden you start feeling an emotion. Do something to shift your energy, whether that's get in the car, go on a drive, go to the store, do something that's going to kind of like get you out of it. And then when you, after that, whatever that is that you needed to do, maybe you go hang out with a friend, I don't know, whatever, something to shift your energy, okay? Like ritually. It's not even so much important about what it is you do as it is that you shift your energy, okay? And then check in. Do you still feel that? Did you feel that the entire time you were in this activity of trying to shift your energy? No? Well, then it's probably not yours. You know, it's kind of like if you're in a room with a bunch of people and all of a sudden you start feeling like anxious, right? Leave the room and see, do you still feel anxious? No? Okay, then it wasn't yours. Really good lessons for sensitive souls, for light workers. We are channels. We channel energy. We feel it. It passes through us. And that's the trick. Don't attach to it. Don't make it yours. Feel it. Hell yeah, feel it. Your soul wants to feel. Your soul is here to feel deep emotions. It's a joy for the soul to feel. Even challenging emotions, even like even the ones that the ego doesn't like. You know, the ego doesn't like sadness and despair and anger and whatever, but the soul's like, yeah, let's feel this. This is what it's like to be human. You know, so really, really allow it. The trick is just don't be attached to it and to release it, especially if it's not yours. If it's not yours, oh my God, public service announcement. Like, do not allow yourself to beat yourself up and to feel poorly about yourself, or like, oh my God, I thought I was so much further than I was, because it's not yours, okay? Okay, that message was really for the divine feminines that wanted to come through, and the reason I think is because this energy is very clearly not the divine feminines. Like, I can feel that, but I do feel divine feminines taking it on as if it's theirs. And I just feel like we're at this place in the journey where divine feminines, you aren't doing any of the work for your masculine anymore. That period is over. You are no longer I was going to use a word that I don't think I want to use, but you're just not allowing them to hide behind your light anymore. Yeah, that was a definite part of the journey. And, I don't feel like either were very conscious when that was even happening. It's like not like you knew that that's what was occurring, but that's what was occurring. They were hitching onto your light, your divinity, your light, and were kind of thinking that it was theirs. Like, I've done this work. Like, I'm healed. They weren't. They hadn't. And it took you really detaching and letting them go completely for them to recognize, holy shit, this whole time I thought that was me, and it wasn't. It was her. So we're past that. Is the message. This is kind of a chaotic reading, and I apologize for that. I just feel like the energies, and again, as if I love when they do that, I go, this is a chaotic reading, and what do I get? 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, so there's this like kind of chaotic energy. An imbalance, like a kind of I feel like I'm tap dancing. This is what it is. So there's a lot going on underneath the surface. There's a lot going on in the shadows and in the secret. Okay, and in the secret world, in the 5D, but not even just that, just like in the individual subconscious realms, in the astral realms, there's a lot going on in dreamland. There's a lot of static energy. There's a lot of energy being transmuted in that channel that you share with your counterpart. Divine Feminine, for most of you, you're pretty balanced, and it has nothing to do with you, but it's what they're going through, and it's coming through that channel. So it's creating some confusion in the 3D, because this is a Pentacles card. So this is around the 3D. So there could be this like confusion that both are feeling. One might be feeling a lot stronger, and then it's kind of being sent to the other. So it's just important to be very, very aware of what's mine and what's not mine. I also feel like there's telecommunication. Telepathy? That's weird. I just had a moment with that word. Okay, there's a lot that's trying to be communicated in those realms, and I can feel that. So just get as still, get as quiet as you possibly can in the in-between of living your life and whatever it is you need to do. And if you happen to be in a period of time where you can get really still and really quiet, I would do that. I would do that right now. Like, because there's healing and there's transformation. So this is the Star and this is the Death card. And so this is what I mean, where there's so much going on. There's so much going on, but it's not things you're going to see in the 3D. It's not things that you're really going to have a lot of awareness or knowledge about. And it's what's bringing in a lot of change and transition. So that energy I was mentioning at the beginning of this reading that I was really feeling for the Divine Feminine, girlfriend, your ships are coming in, okay? You are, things are about to get really good for Divine Feminine. I know that. Like, a lot of other readers are feeling this. Like, everyone is feeling this. Things are like, woo, Divine Feminine, she's on fire. Like, what is going on with her? Like, you know what I mean? In a really positive way. And I don't say this to make, if you're a Divine Masculine, to make a Divine Masculine feel bad in any way. It's more just like, I want the Divine Feminines to really know this and believe this, because this has not been an easy journey. This has not been easy to just sit there, to be denied, to have crickets, nothing going on, no proof, to know so strongly in your heart and your soul, to trust and believe yourself above all else, but kind of have everybody gaslighting you. You know, your Divine Masculine gaslit you, you know, the world gaslit you, the people in your community, most like, you know, everyone around you just being like, nope, that's not what's happening. And then for you to like stay the course, you will be rewarded for that. Spirit is like giving the Divine Feminine a standing ovation type of energy is what I'm feeling. And it's like, and it's kind of like the thing I shared on TikTok, where it's like everything is taking time to align in the 3D for Divine Feminine. It takes time for those things to align. If it had come in sooner, it wouldn't have been as good as it can be. So it's like your patience is going to be repaid. That debt is going to be repaid. That imbalance is going to be balanced. But the imbalance was for a very divine reason. It was so it could match you, so it was worthy of you, because anything that was trying to come earlier in these past timelines would not have been worthy of you, would not have matched you. It's like if you did have those experiences with your Divine Masculine where they would come in and you would connect in the 3D, and what you were seeing was just like, yuck, this ain't it, right? It was like, imagine if you had tried to have a relationship from that point with that person, that wouldn't have been worthy of you, and you would have been dipping down to meet them and distorting your energy. So I hope I'm making sense with that. So this has become like a Divine Feminine PSA, because I just want you to know how fucking great you are and how amazing you are. And if you're not feeling that, then there's some work you got to do, because the Divine Feminines right now should feel like your self-worth and your knowing of who you are, how powerful you are, how much of a gift you are, and how much you have to offer. You should be feeling that so deeply. Like, oh my God, I just have this like overwhelming feeling in my chest for, I've connected with so many of you. I haven't met many of you in person, but I love you so much, and I feel you, and I just want you to know. I feel like now is a really big time of celebration for the Divine Feminines, and whatever the Divine Masculines are going through, we send them love. We send them so much love. The love will never die. You will never be apart from them, no matter what happens. Like, that bond can't be broken, okay? It just can't. We know this. But you don't have to be in suffering if they're in suffering. You don't have to be alone if they can't figure it out. You get to have your ships come in, Divine Feminine. You get to have that. You deserve that. And the divine is saying now's the time. It's like, masculines, you had your time. We were patient with you. The divine was fucking patient with the Divine Masculine. Source, energy, universe was patient with masculine. Just like, okay, we'll give you another chance. We'll give you another chance. Okay, you want another chance? We'll give you another chance. You'll figure it out, right? And now the divine's like, okay, Divine Feminine has gotten to such a place that to balance out this energy, it's so imbalanced, we got to balance it out. And I think that's why. And so that energy I just want to touch back on that I was feeling towards the beginning of like all this abundance and stuff coming, beauty coming for Divine Feminine. This could also look like relationships and soulmates in friendship, in collaborations, in business, in, service. Yeah. And like, it could be so many things. It could be, someone wanting to gift you a house. I literally have a client that is watching, I'm sure. And she was gifted a house, quite literally, like, beautiful house gifted to her because she's the fucking empress, So that's the kind of energy that I'm talking about. It's like things coming through. And just trusting and knowing that when it looks like nothing's happening in the 3D and it looks like it's just not occurring, it's because it's taking time to get good. It takes a little time for things to really, really align. Okay, quantum physics right there. Okay, I really, you guys know at this point, I never know where these readings are gonna go. This isn't where I thought I was gonna go. I thought I was just gonna check in and see what was coming up, but let's just, oops, sorry about that. Let's grab a little bit more energy before I gotta pop off. Ooh, huh, that card might have a message. Okay. So the reason I'm sharing this card with you is I was shuffling and it flew out of the deck. Like, I was not doing this shuffle. I was doing, the other shuffle, and it flew out. Very rare. Ace of Cups landed on my floor. Ace of Emotions. This feels very connected to this Pisces full moon. I mean, look at this, the energy of this card, the sea, the ocean, fish, heart open, heart exposed. I feel walls coming down. I feel vulnerability. Yeah, they just keep giving me the ships are coming in. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Got another card on the floor. 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Materials. I'm hearing avoidance. So this energy of avoiding, burying yourself in work, okay, this is masculine energy. Burying, I never say that word right. Burying, whatever. Getting distracted by other things to keep your mind off of the emotion, to stay in ego and protect yourself. This is ending. This is being moved away from me. I have 6 of Swords. So this is either a behavior, a pattern that's been recognized, or it's about to be recognized and acknowledged. And it's a moving away from that to like a brighter future, to being able to integrate all parts of myself as worthy. My vulnerability, my strength, my masculine energy, my feminine energy, my forgiving myself for not being perfect, allowing myself to make mistakes and fuck it up sometimes, allowing myself to be the full whole person that I am. And this is masculine energy. Okay, so there has been this avoidance of that, and the way that the avoidance has occurred is just getting really busy, pretending to be busy, pretending like these other projects and things are so important, and pretending to be trapped, pretending not to know how to get yourself out of it. But that's all mind, thought, and chatter. I am getting 2 kings here. So I'm getting the King of Swords and the King of Wands, both kings who take action, both kings who take responsibility. They're the masculine kings, right? Because they're associated with fire and air, and both of those signs are masculine signs versus Pentacles and versus earth and water. So it does feel like there's a recalibration and an integration, and it's causing action. It's causing somebody to really, really take responsibility and ownership and make change. This is not passive energy. This is very active energy. It does speak to communication. So saying things that you need to be said, getting things off your chest. And then bottom of the deck, we have 4 of Cups. So this is somebody who rejected an offer of love, an offer of divine love, and poo-pooed it. I love saying that, poo-pooed it. Oh, I cracked myself up. Okay, so there's been an awakening here. So what I have here is I have the 4 of Cups. I have the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles energy is all divine feminine energy. This is exactly what I've been speaking to this entire reading, is the divine feminine who is a badass bitch. Divine, sovereign, abundant, magical, magnetic, attractive, beautiful, just has her shit together. Okay? And people see it. So I poo-pooed her. Okay. And then there's been an awakening. It's like a oh shit energy with this card. And then there's a tower, which is what we've been talking about. We've already had the tower now twice. And then the beautiful thing underneath is there is a Knight of Cups and a Justice. Justice for the Queen of Pentacles. What a story we have here. And the Queen of Pentacles is so nurturing. The Queen of Pentacles is loving. The Queen of Pentacles gives and gives and just has this energy of like mother energy, divine mother energy, just very loving and nurturing and nourishing. And it's like it's like that wasn't recognized as a strength before. That wasn't recognized. That wasn't seen for what it truly is because it was being seen through a lens of distortion. It was being seen through a lens of that dog eat dog world energy that I've been hurt before and I've shut the fuck down and I have borders and boundaries, and so I don't actually see this as strength. It's kind of like the story here, because this is all twin flame stuff. This is not about your potential deep soul connection that may be coming in. This is all twin flame stuff. So the story here is really somebody who, because of all the pain that they had suffered and that they had never dealt with pure love before, they had never experienced unconditional love or true love. Everything that they had seen and thought and learned about the world was from a place of distortion. It was distorted energy. And so everyone that they had been in relationship with, that they had attracted, that they had had friendships with, it wasn't true. It wasn't love. It was all operating, and it's not their fault. I also want to be really, really clear on that. It's not like it's this person's fault. It's not like they're a bad person. We do the best with what we can, with what we know in each moment. And, it's conditioning, it's society, it's programming, it's the parents, it's the family, it is the ancestral line, it is the community, it is the environment. All of these things are factors. And then when we mature and we get to an age of dating and we go out into the world to date, what do we attract? We attract people that are operating at the same frequency from what we've learned. So if you were one of the gifted few that had unconditional love from your family, from your parents, and it wasn't like, I'll love you if you get that straight A, and it wasn't like sending out messages around success and money and that a lot of these divine masculines had templates and blueprints around relationship should get you somewhere, like it should give you something, but a pentacle, a tangible thing. It's not, it should give you the most nurturing, nourishing, unconditional love you've ever felt in your life so your soul feels so good and held. No. That's not important. What's important is like, do we look good together? Do you have money? How are people going to view this? Right? It's that. I don't think I need to go into that. And so that's kind of the template that they had. So when the divine feminine came around, and she was just operating at this energy, it was like, this can't be trusted. This cannot be trusted. There's something distorted around this. So you actually looked like, to this masculine, it was like you were a temptress, you were a devil, you were weird, you were, false. Because if all you know is this, and all you've experienced is false, yeah, then up is down for you and down is up. And then you meet someone that up is up and down is down. You're like, no. You know what I mean? And so that's the story here. But this king seems to have recognized it, and there does seem to be this Knight of Cups, justice energy coming in. And the beautiful thing about this divine feminine, the divine feminines I've been speaking to in this reading, is you don't give a fuck. You're like, me giving you this message, it's like when you don't care is when it comes in. When you don't give a shit. Like, you don't give a shit. You're like, I know I'm going to be okay no matter what. And I know I'm amazing. And I know whoever gets to be with me is going to be so lucky. Like, they're literally going to get Queen of Pentacles every single day. Can you imagine? And Divine Feminine knows because she gives this, she will 100% receive this. And she will receive no less than this from someone else. No matter what. She will receive no less than the King of Pentacles, okay? So I got cut off, and I think that was a sign to kind of wrap up the reading. but I didn't want to just, have an Irish goodbye. So the irony is, when Divine Feminine is so whole and so full, she doesn't care. She's moved on. Things can come to her, whether it's Divine Masculine, whether it's a incredible soulmate connection, new business, abundance, money, a house, I don't know, soul family, travel, I don't know, whatever you want. Okay, whatever you want, those things, they can come. And hearing this from Spirit, you don't get this nervous system jolt around it, which maybe Divine Feminine may have gotten that in the past, where she then attaches to this and she's like, okay, well, I need to see this. It's like, yeah. I kind of get this oh, I'll see it when I believe it, or I'll believe it when I see it. It'd be cool if that came through. I would definitely talk to this person. I would definitely hear them out and have a conversation. But if it doesn't happen, I trust. I trust in myself. I trust in the Creator. I trust and I send love, and love is the answer, and love always wins. Yeah? Cool. Okay, so I actually don't know if I support Divine Masculines on this journey, and I know this reading wasn't really for them. So if you are a Divine Masculine, actually I do. I know I have a couple because I know you. Hi. So this reading happened to be more for Divine Feminine, and Divine Masculine, you are just as wonderful and powerful, and we love you very much. But this reading really needed to be said for this needed to be for Divine Feminine today, and I think we understand and we know why. And I think Divine Masculine can agree with everything I've said about Divine Feminine at this point. So sending you guys a lot of love. Perhaps Spirit will guide me to be back for Divine Masculine and do a reading for you guys. Perhaps not. You can always watch these readings for your Divine Feminine energy within. That's a really good tip, actually. Everything I just said to Divine Feminine that was really empowering and lovely, and if you are a Divine Masculine, I'm talking about your inner Divine Feminine energy. So you are amazing, okay? You need to know that. So because that is something I feel Divine Masculines have been struggling with, self-worth and confidence. So maybe this reading is really supportive to you in that way then. Sending you guys lots of love. I will be back soon or whenever guided. And please share, and comment. That's super helpful to the channel. The YouTube algorithm certainly hides me. I think we all know that. And I know that that's Spirit and Divine. So I trust it and I let it go. But there is this thing about gifting and service and teaching, and it does need to be a balanced exchange of energy. And so when I don't share as much on here, it's just because I don't feel that there's a balanced exchange of energy, or Spirit's guiding me to not share, and that could be why. So the more that you guys do engage and support, the more I can really be here to support you, which I do love to do. So yeah, booking sessions, your donations, all those things, I'm super grateful. And the more that occurs, the more that I can really help, and we just let the algorithm do what it does. So all right, sending you guys lots of love. I hope you have a beautiful weekend if I don't get on during the weekend.